Vincent Velasquez, Vince. I
V2.
mean, are people crazy? Why is everyone so down on Vivi? Yes, he throws hard and is susceptible to arm woes as a result of that. Yes, his
Mm,
ERA is always going to be high and he gives up the long ball at these, but his K rates are elite. And I'm talking like forever. And that
yeah.
ain't going to change. Plus, the Phillies offense should be taking steps forward. Mark it down. He's going to be a double digit winner this season. I'm guaranteeing it. Notice the pause.
Okay. I'll hold you to that.
I'm going to let you explain why you think I'm one of the crazy ones for being high on Velasquez because, from what I understand, you now have a different take.
Yeah, and it's funny because coming into the show, when you sent me over the names that were suggested by our readers, I was really jacked up to talk about Velasquez. I like Velasquez. I drafted him all over the place last year. I've been targeting him early on, and other people have been higher on him than I have. As I started to dig into the numbers, I think, when I got beyond sort of the superficial stuff that you look at, K rate, that sort of thing, I started to dig in, and there are some concerns. Now, let's get into the good first, okay? I love the stuff. He's got one of the best fastballs, a top 20 fastball in the major leagues. In terms of pitch values on Fangraphs, he rates right up there. He's got the 11.2% swing and strike rate. That is, excellent. It's a similar swing and strike rate, almost, tenths of a percentage point within Chris Sale's swing and strike rate. So that tells you all you need to know. The K per nine last year was 10.44 in 134 innings. He's on an improving Phillies team and an improving rotation. And, you watch him pitch. I think he's eye test wise. He looks great. The stuff looks great. I worry about some of the secondary pitches. I don't think they're as crisp as they need to be. I know he's been working on the curveball this offseason, and ultimately that could really unlock, sort of the next level when it comes to Velasquez, if that can really become a serious wipeout plus pitch, which up to this point it has not been. Things I don't like about Velasquez. He's an extreme fly ball pitcher who gives up a solid amount of hard contact in an extreme fly ball hitter's park. Citizens Park obviously plays up very much in the power element. As I mentioned, the secondary offerings aren't great. So that's the big concern is the hard contact, the fly ball rate of 41.2%. He's in the top 20 in fly ball rate in baseball. And he's he's a homer prone in a homer prone park. So that's one thing that worries me a little bit. I think you have to balance the two. The K per nine stuff though is elite. I think you're drafting him for that. I'm wondering where the step up, in terms of him getting to that next, echelon, next tier of pitchers is. It's going to have to be, a change in control or the curveball, one of his secondary offerings really taking a step forward.
Yeah, Philly's a bandbox, as you mentioned. But
Yeah.
speaking of home runs, I got a comp for you. Tell me fair or unfair. Vincent Velasquez is the Giancarlo Stanton of young pitchers. How do you feel about that?
I think it's probably apropos because he's got one elite skill, and it's, fastballs and strikeouts are like home runs for pitchers, and he's injury prone. His stuff, though, is probably a little bit more nagging, a little bit more long term. He's had a few different elbow flare ups. That's always a little worrisome. Tommy John is definitely lurking behind this guy's back.
Well, he did come back nicely after there were some elbow
Did.
scares last year, so we do have to give him some credit. And I think the big side going up is I think the Phillies offense is going to be sneakily good this year,
Mm-hmm.
which should provide him with some run support. And like I said, I'm guaranteeing double-digit wins. He's
Okay.
the 49th pitcher off the board, so he's right at the top 50 mark. I think there's
Mm-hmm.
room to believe he could, if he puts it all together, sneak into the back end of the top 30, right outside of that range. So I believe there's still a lot of upside with this guy, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that's value. But I can understand Ralph's concern.